Walking is an excellent form of exercise that provides cardiovascular benefits, supports bone health, and improves mood. It should remain a foundation of physical activity for most older adults. However, walking alone doesn't provide all the movement variety your body needs for optimal function after age 50. Today we're covering 5 exercises that complement walking by targeting areas walking doesn't fully address: hip mobility, glute strength, upper body pulling, static leg strength, and dynamic balance. Each exercise serves a specific purpose in maintaining the functional capacity needed for independent living. Before we begin, this is educational content, not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before starting new exercises. Understanding movement variety after 50. Walking provides forward motion that primarily engages hip flexors, quadriceps, and calves in a repetitive pattern. This is beneficial but limited. After age 50, comprehensive fitness requires variety including hip mobility in multiple planes, glute activation for posture and power, upper body strength for daily tasks, static strength for stability, and dynamic balance for fall prevention. This isn't about replacing walking. Walking remains your cardiovascular foundation. These 5 exercises add targeted movements that complement what walking provides, addressing the full spectrum of functional fitness needs. Exercise 1, Frog Pose for Hip Mobility. The first exercise is a modified frog pose that opens the hips in directions walking doesn't challenge. Walking moves hips primarily forward and back. This leaves hip adductors, internal and external rotators, and deep hip stabilizers underutilized. These muscles are crucial for lateral movement, getting in and out of cars, pivoting while standing, and maintaining pelvic stability. The frog pose addresses hip mobility in multiple planes, improving joint lubrication in hip joints, enhancing inner thigh and groin flexibility, supporting pelvic floor function, and reducing lower back compensation from tight hips. Here's how to perform the modified frog pose safely. Start on hands and knees on a comfortable mat. Widen your knees significantly, much wider than hip width. Turn your feet outward so your inner ankles and feet are flat on the floor. Keep your shins parallel to each other. Slowly shift your hips backward, lowering your torso toward the floor. Rest on your forearms if comfortable, or use yoga blocks under your forearms for support. You should feel a stretch in your inner thighs and groin, not pain. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds while breathing slowly. Gently shift forward to release. Repeat 3 to 5 times. Important modifications: if getting on the floor is difficult, perform a seated version. Sit in a chair, feet wide apart, lean forward from hips. If knees are uncomfortable, place padding under them. If the stretch is too intense, don't shift back as far. Stay where you feel a gentle sustainable stretch. What to realistically expect: with practice 3 to 4 times per week over 4 to 8 weeks, you may notice reduced hip and groin tightness, easier lateral movements like getting in and out of cars, improved comfort during prolonged sitting, and better pelvic stability during walking. Hip mobility improvements are gradual. Don't expect dramatic overnight changes or complete elimination of hip arthritis symptoms if present. Exercise 2, Glute Bridge for Posterior Chain Strength. The second exercise is the Glute Bridge, which activates muscles walking underutilizes. Walking, especially at moderate pace on flat surfaces, provides minimal glute activation. Yet your glutes are the largest, most powerful muscles in your body and crucial for standing from seated, climbing stairs, maintaining upright posture, and protecting your lower back from strain. Weak glutes often lead to lower back pain as other muscles compensate, poor posture with forward lean, knee problems from altered movement patterns, and increased fall risk from hip instability. The glute bridge directly strengthens glutes, hamstrings, and lower back while teaching proper hip extension, the movement pattern needed for powerful forward motion and upright stance. Here's how to perform the glute bridge. Lie on your back on a mat with knees bent, feet flat on floor, hip width apart, arms relaxed at your sides. Press through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Lift until your body forms a straight line from shoulders to knees. Your weight should be on your shoulder blades and feet, not your neck. Squeeze your glutes at the top and hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Slowly lower back down with control. That's 1 repetition. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions. Rest 1 minute. Complete 2 to 3 sets. Practice 3 to 4 times per week. Key form points: avoid overarching your lower back at the top. Focus on glute squeeze, not back extension. Keep your chin slightly tucked, don't let your head tilt back. Your knees should stay stable, not falling inward or outward. Drive through your heels, not your toes. Modifications: if full bridge is too challenging, lift only part way. Progress gradually over weeks. If neck is uncomfortable, place a folded towel under your head. For more challenge, hold the top position for 5 to 10 seconds or perform single leg bridges once basic version is mastered. What to realistically expect: with regular practice 3 to 4 times per week over 6 to 10 weeks, you may notice stronger, more activated glutes during walking and stairs, reduced lower back discomfort in some cases, improved posture and upright stance, and easier standing from seated positions. Building glute strength takes consistent practice over months. Expect gradual improvement, not rapid transformation. Exercise 3. Standing row with resistance band for upper body pulling. The third exercise is a standing row using a resistance band, which trains pulling strength walking doesn't provide. Walking is primarily a lower body activity with minimal upper body engagement. Yet pulling strength is essential for opening doors, lifting objects toward you, maintaining upright posture, and preventing forward shoulder rounding that's common with aging. Loss of upper body pulling strength contributes to rounded shoulders and forward head posture, reduced ability to perform daily tasks, weakened grip strength linked to overall functional decline, and upper back weakness that compromises spinal support. Standing rows with a resistance band safely build upper back muscles including rhomboids, middle trapezius, rear deltoids, biceps, and forearm grip strength. Here's how to perform standing rows with a resistance band. Anchor a resistance band around a sturdy pole, doorknob, or railing at chest height. Stand facing the anchor point, holding one end of the band in each hand, arms extended forward. Step back until there's light tension in the band. Stand with feet hip-width apart, knees slightly bent, core engaged. Pull both hands back toward your ribs, bending your elbows and squeezing your shoulder blades together. Keep your elbows close to your body, not flaring out to the sides. Pause briefly, feeling the contraction in your upper back. Slowly extend your arms forward to return to starting position with control. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions. Rest 1 minute. Complete 2 sets. Practice 2 to 3 times per week. Important form reminders: maintain upright posture throughout, don't lean back. Move your shoulder blades, not just your arms. Pull with your back muscles, not just arm strength. Keep your neck relaxed, shoulders down away from ears. Modifications: use a lighter resistance band if movement is too difficult. Sit in a chair if standing balance is a concern. Loop band around 1 foot and perform single arm rows if that's more comfortable. What to realistically expect: with consistent practice 2 to 3 times per week over 8 to 12 weeks, you may notice improved posture with less forward shoulder rounding, easier pulling tasks like opening heavy doors, increased upper back and grip strength, and reduced upper back and neck tension in some cases. Upper body strength improvements are gradual, especially if starting from a deconditioned state. Exercise 4, Wall Sit for static leg strength. The fourth exercise is a wall sit, which builds static leg strength walking doesn't challenge. Walking involves dynamic movement where muscles contract and relax repeatedly. While beneficial, this doesn't build the sustained strength needed for holding positions like standing in line, maintaining balance during reaching tasks, supporting yourself during transitions, or recovering from balance disturbances. Wall sits build isometric leg strength by challenging muscles to sustain contraction. This strengthens quadriceps for knee stability, glutes for hip support, core muscles for postural control, and mental focus for maintaining challenging positions. This type of static strength is directly applicable to real-world situations where you need sustained muscle engagement without movement. Here's how to perform a wall sit safely. Stand with your back against a wall, feet about 2 feet from the wall, hip width apart. Slide your back down the wall by bending your knees. Lower yourself until your thighs are roughly parallel to the ground, or as low as comfortable. Your knees should be directly above your ankles, not extending past your toes. Press your back flat against the wall and engage your core. Hold this position for 15 to 30 seconds initially. Breathe normally throughout. Push through your feet to slide back up the wall to standing. Rest for 1 minute. Repeat 2 to 3 times. Key points: keep your weight in your heels and midfoot, not toes. Don't let your knees cave inward, maintain alignment. If parallel thighs are too difficult, don't lower as far. Even a quarter squat position provides benefit. Modifications: start with very brief holds, even 5 to 10 seconds, and gradually increase. Place a yoga block or pillow between your back and wall for cushioning if needed. Hold on to a stable support if balance is a concern. What to realistically expect: with practice 2 to 3 times per week over 6 to 10 weeks, you may notice increased leg endurance during standing tasks, better knee stability, improved ability to maintain balance during reaching or transitions, and mental benefits from practicing sustained focus. Static strength builds gradually. Progress by slowly increasing hold time over weeks and months. Exercise 5. Single leg stance with head turns for dynamic balance. The fifth exercise is single leg stance with head turns, which challenges balance in ways walking doesn't. Walking on flat, predictable surfaces provides minimal balance challenge. Your vestibular system, which helps maintain balance, needs varied challenges to stay sharp, including standing on unstable bases, moving your head while balancing, and integrating visual and proprioceptive input. Single leg stance with head turns combines multiple balance challenges: reduced base of support by standing on one leg, vestibular challenge from head movement, and integration of visual and proprioceptive systems. This exercise improves fall risk reduction by training reactive balance, ankle and hip stabilizer strength, proprioceptive awareness, and vestibular function for spatial orientation. Here's how to perform single leg stance with head turns safely. Stand next to a sturdy counter, chair, or wall for safety support. Shift your weight onto your right leg, lifting your left foot slightly off the floor. Find your balance, using fingertip touch on support if needed. Once stable, slowly turn your head to look left, then right, as if saying no. Keep your eyes open, gaze following your head movement. Perform 5 to 10 head turns while maintaining balance on one leg. Switch legs and repeat. Complete 2 to 3 sets per leg. Practice daily or most days of the week. Critical safety points: always practice near stable support you can grab if needed. If you feel dizzy, reduce the range or speed of head movement. Start with very brief attempts, even 5 seconds per leg. Progress gradually. Never practice in an area where falling could cause injury. Remove tripping hazards from the practice area. Modifications: if single leg stance is too difficult, keep both feet down but place one foot slightly forward in a tandem stance. This still challenges balance. If head turns cause dizziness, start with head movements while both feet are planted, then progress to single leg stance without head turns before combining. What to realistically expect: with daily or near daily practice over 4 to 8 weeks, you may notice improved confidence during balance challenging situations, reduced fear of falling during daily activities, better ability to maintain balance during unexpected movements, and improved ankle and hip stability. Balance improvements can be significant with consistent practice, but always remain within your safe capability level. Creating a comprehensive routine: here's how to incorporate these 5 exercises alongside walking. Walking remains your primary cardiovascular activity. Continue walking most days as your aerobic foundation. Add these 5 exercises 2 to 4 times per week. A sample routine might be: Monday, walk 30 minutes, then frog pose, glute bridges, and wall sits. Tuesday, walk 30 minutes, balance practice daily. Wednesday, walk 30 minutes. Thursday, standing rows, glute bridges, wall sits. Friday, walk 30 minutes, balance practice daily. Saturday, all 5 exercises plus walking 20 minutes. Sunday, rest or gentle walking only. Total additional time, 15 to 25 minutes on exercise days. Adjust based on your current fitness level, available time, and how your body responds. Important context and limitations: these exercises complement walking but don't replace it. Walking provides cardiovascular benefits these exercises don't fully replicate. These exercises work best as additions to, not replacements for, walking. They may not be appropriate for everyone without modifications. Individual assessment by a healthcare provider or physical therapist may be necessary. They're most effective combined with adequate nutrition, sleep, and overall healthy lifestyle. Realistic improvements require weeks to months of consistent practice. You should consult a healthcare provider before beginning if you have recent surgery or significant injuries, severe arthritis limiting movement, balance problems making some exercises unsafe, or uncertainty about appropriateness for your situation. Realistic timeline: movement variety benefits accumulate gradually. Weeks 1 to 4, learning proper form, initial neuromuscular adaptations, possibly mild soreness which is normal. Weeks 4 to 8, exercises feel more natural, some functional improvements may be noticeable, ability to progress difficulty or duration. Months 3 to 6, clearer improvements in targeted areas, hip mobility, glute strength, upper body pulling, static leg strength, dynamic balance, established sustainable routine with continued gradual progress. The goal isn't perfection but consistent practice that supports functional capacity alongside your regular walking. Conclusion: walking is excellent cardiovascular exercise that should continue as your foundation. These 5 exercises: frog pose for hip mobility, glute bridges for posterior chain strength, standing rows for upper body pulling, wall sits for static leg strength, and single leg stance with head turns for dynamic balance, complement walking by addressing areas walking doesn't fully challenge. Together, walking plus these targeted exercises create a more comprehensive approach to maintaining strength, mobility, balance, and independence. Start with 1 or 2 exercises that address your greatest needs. Practice consistently. Progress gradually. Listen to your body. And maintain your walking routine as the cardiovascular foundation everything else builds upon. Thank you for watching. For specific concerns about appropriate exercises or modifications for your situation, consult with a physical therapist or healthcare provider for personalized guidance. Subscribe for evidence-based information on movement variety and healthy aging, practical guidance that respects walking's value while recognizing the benefits of comprehensive movement training. The goal is sustainable variety that supports long-term functional capacity and independence.